I'm doing a foam roller release session today. This is not a workout, it's just a nice release on the foam roller. Such a wonderful tool to use when our bodies are very tight, tensed up. The fascia, to release the fascia a bit, to release the tension in our muscles. Just remember that this is not something to abuse your body with. In other words, if you get to an area where there's really tight spots or where it feels extremely sore, to maybe rather just stay on that area and breathe into it rather than rolling over it. So just listen to your body and be kind to your body, and then this is an absolute great tool to use to get rid of tension and just to release the tension in our bodies and in our muscles. You can do it before a workout. You can do it at the end of the day when you feel I'm just extremely tight and I just want to loosen up a bit and just give myself a little bit of TLC. Okay, so we're going to start sitting on the foam roller. Place your hands behind you on your mat. And we're just going to roll over the tailbone. Just roll over your tailbone area, over the sacrum area, over the glutes. Nice and gentle. A few times. Often areas where a lot of tension builds up. And then we're going to go further into the glutes and take your one ankle onto your one knee, into your figure 4. And then you turn onto that side, so of the lifted leg. You go onto that side of the lifted leg and you roll out that part of the glutes, of the butt muscles. Just feeling where it's tight, where you need it. Often one side is tighter than the other side. Play around with it a bit towards the back of the butt, and at the top sometimes it's very tight there. And then sometimes on the side, go onto the side, onto the hip almost there. And roll. And then do your other side. Ankle on knee. You can also place the back hand on the roller like that. It sort of helps you to get into those muscles more effectively. And just go into the side there. That's often where I'm quite tight. So you'll feel where you need it, you'll feel where the knotty areas are. Okay. Right, so we are now going to roll out in the armpit area. So sort of under the armpit area into my pecs and into my lats in the back. So place a roller in your armpit area and your bottom hand is under your head so that your head is comfortable and your neck is comfortable when you do this. My knees are just stacked on top of each other. This hand is resting on the roller and you gently roll forward into your pecs and you go through the armpit and you roll onto your lats at the back. So I really tilt away and I look up towards the ceiling to get into that back. And immediately you'll feel where it's tight. Sometimes you need to play around with the position of the roller, maybe place it a bit lower, a bit higher, or roll a bit lower or a bit higher. You'll feel where you need it. Nice and gentle and slow. Like I said, we do not want to bruise our bodies when we do this. It's not the idea. Okay, and breathe. Woohoo! This is just feel it. Okay, let's do the other side. Push yourself up and do your other side. Stack your knees, place the roller in your armpit, head resting on my hand, and roll forward and back. I definitely feel that my right side was a lot tighter than this side. Into the pecs, through the armpit, nice and heavy, quite gentle. Here, if you get a spot, roll up and down. Okay, so there's a lot of other areas that we can roll. I'm going to focus on those today, and then also on the quads, into the hip flexor, into the hip crease, and then a little bit of a back roll. So to go into the quads today, I'm just going to do the one leg on the roller. So I'm moving it out to the side, and I'm going to lie pro over the roller on the mat. On my elbows, my back leg is pulled in on the knee. And then I've got this thigh resting on the roller, and you sort of have to crawl forward and back just to get right to above your knee. And gently roll the quad muscle out. So you can play around with your leg. You can turn it out so that you sort of get to the inside of that quad muscle. Go right into the hip crease there. And then go right to above your knee. Almost get sort of to the part of the inner thigh there also, if you can. Although this is more about the quads now. And then you can turn your leg in so you get to the outside of that quad muscle. You just often a lot more. You feel this more. Roll right into the hip crease and go right up to above the knee joint. Okay, let's do the other side. To the other leg. Bend this knee, lie on top of the roller with your other leg. Just be mindful, always when you roll, that the rest of your body is in good form, that you're not hanging into the shoulder joints. You obviously have to use your arms here. Roll up and down. This side of mine is definitely tighter. And then turn your hip out so that you get to the inside of that muscle. And then you turn it in, and you get to that outside. Okay. Right, so we're going to go into our back now today. So place the roller behind you on the mat. You go sit. And lie down on your back. So that you place, I always start with my roller quite deep in, and then I start moving it up. Depends, also I'm quite tall, hands behind your head, protect your neck, relax your shoulders, feet on the mat, my legs are bent, okay? And I'm gently going to do a back bend. So I'm holding my head and I'm gently going back as far as you are comfortable, don't force anything. So the roller is quite deep now, it's just below my shoulder blades, and then I'm coming up. And again, you're going to take an inhale there and go over. Breathe, and then on your exhale, gently come up. The idea is not to pull the head or the neck here, it's just a gentle back bend. Obviously my abdominals are always supporting me and it's switched on and it's helping me to come up. And every time I feel I can go back over a little bit further without forcing anything. Now I'm going to roll the roller up a tad to sort of, I'd say really at the lower part of my shoulder blades, and then I'm going to go over again, inhale, and exhale, and over, and up, and I'm going to shift it up a little bit higher, more towards the sort of the top part of the shoulder blades, just below the shoulders now, and I'm going to go over there again. You can do more of these when you want, or if you like, if you feel it's something that you need. And then of course the nice juicy part is I lift my hips up and I'm going to roll up and down, roll up and down. So just go just before the low back, preferably, and then go onto your shoulder blades and roll up. Hold your head with your hands. You can turn onto your one shoulder blade and roll that side. And then turn onto your other shoulder blade and roll that side. Just feel the difference between the two sides. Okay, then come back to center and lower back down. Okay, so we now have the roller lengthwise on the mat, and we are going to lie on the roller on our backs. So come to the front edge of your roller, sit right at the edge of the roller. Use your hands and gently roll yourself down onto the roller. So often the neck, when you land, your head hangs over. So just shift yourself so that your head is actually on the roller and not hanging over. Often people, when they lie on their backs, their chin goes up like that. Sometimes it's just because they're very bulky in their shoulders or the upper back. So you can place a towel under your head. Just make sure that your head is in good alignment here. Just bring your arms next to you on the mat, palms down. My feet are not wide open, they're not too close, they're just sort of in a position where I feel comfortable and I feel that I'm balanced. And we're going to start by rocking from side to side, a gentle rocking motion on the roller from side to side. What's so nice about the roller in this position is that I can feel my spine. I can feel the vertebra on the roller. I can get the feedback of the foam roller into my spine. Just gently rocking from side to side, just settling into the roller. Okay, and then you bring it back to center, and I want you now to just slowly turn your neck from side to side. A nice slow movement in my neck. Okay, from side to side. Just releasing the neck. Think of your head as heavy, heavy, heavy. Close your eyes. You're going to breathe. And then bring it back to center. Always do more if you feel that's what you need. And yes, we are going to focus on the breath now. I'm going to do lateral ribcage breathing as we normally do in Pilates, so the abs stay connected. We're going to focus the breath into the ribcage. So take a deep inhale through your nose, fill your ribs, fill your lungs. Long exhale through open lips. Squeeze all the old air out. Inhale through your nose. And long exhale. Fill the lungs to the back. Feel the air pushing into the back of my lungs, into the foam roller as well when I inhale. And long exhale. Okay, float your arms up to the ceiling. I call this my own name. I call it the shoulder shrugs. So what we do is we pull the shoulder blades apart and we reach the arms up towards the ceiling. And then we lower we try and squeeze the shoulder blades around the foam roller. I'm hugging the roller with my shoulder blades. And then I'm releasing it and I'm pulling those shoulder blades out, apart. And then I'm hugging the roller. And then again, reach your arms up, shoulder blades pull apart. And then squeeze the roller with your shoulder blades. Let's do two more. And squeeze. And one more. Reach, open the shoulder blades and squeeze your roller. Right, so in this position, I want you now, just bring your shoulders back to sort of its neutral position. Bring your right arm overhead so that the palm is up to the ceiling. Often people cannot go this far over with the arm and get their hand on the mat. So you go where your shoulder is okay, so that you can actually rest the back of your hand on the floor. The other hand lowers down next to you on the mat. Okay, so I've got my right arm extended, and I'm going to extend my opposite leg, my left leg out. So I'm going to just reach the arm up and reach the leg away from each other, and then I'm just slowly going to rock again from side to side. Very small, don't fall off. Very small, very small. Just a gentle rock. Opposite arm, opposite leg reaching away. Okay, bring your leg in, bring your arm back. Same on the other side, my left arm goes over. I place the arm, the back of the hand, on the floor, so go to where you can do that. And then your opposite leg slides out and reach the arm out and reach the leg away and gently rock from side to side. Just breathe normally. Just don't hold your breath. Here, when you exercise. Okay, slide the leg in, bring the arm back. And of course, we cannot lie on the roller and not do a few pelvic curls. So make sure that your legs are in good alignment here, that my second toe, my knees and my hip, where the hip bone goes into my hip, are sort of in alignment here, maybe a little bit wider because we are on the foam roller. And press your feet down into your mat, tilt your pelvis, so press your lower back into the foam roller and start lifting your hips by rolling or peeling your spine off the roller. You're not going to go as high here as you normally would on the mat, obviously because you are lifted on the roller. Slowly start rolling back down, one vertebra at a time. And it's so nice on the roller because you can feel it. And release, get your neutral. Go out of neutral. Tuck. Peel your spine off. When you come at the top, just be mindful of pressing your knees forward, get the activation in the lower body, and then roll back down and release. So the work is in my legs, in the back of my legs, in my glutes, abdominals, roll up, inhale at the top, exhale, articulate down, and one more, and tilt and roll up, inhale in, and exhale, roll back down, and release. Such a wonderful release for the spine. Gently rock from side to side again. Okay, and we're going to come off the roller by gently rolling off to one side. Move your roller away from you. Go lie on your back, keep your legs bent, and feel that wonderful hollow feeling under the spine immediately after you've taken the roller away. It's such a wonderful airy feeling in my back. And just breathe. Now we are sitting on the mat in what we call the mermaid position in Pilates, or the Z-sit or Z-sit position. The foam roller is on this side, away from your feet, and you're going to place your hand on the roller and your other arm is just reaching out. We're just going to do a sort of a mermaid stretch. We're going to go over. I'm just bringing this arm up there. I'm not going to take it right over, just reach, get that nice diagonal line with your arm, and then slowly come back up. And then you go out, inhale, and reach out with this arm, and exhale, come up and lower this arm, and again, go out, reach, and come up. We're going to add rotation, so you're going to go out, not too far, rotate, place your other hand on the roller next to the other one I'm going to move up a little bit. I'm now going to roll the roller away, drop my chest down. And I'm going to now curl, flex my spine in the rotation, roll up, bring your roller in. And then I'm going to lift my chest and I'm going to extend and go down. And exhale, curl, roll up. And one more. And extend. Lower your chest. Drop your head. Flex around your spine as you come up in the rotation. Bring it right in, come back forward, hold onto this leg. This arm can either go up here or behind your head, whatever works for you, and just do a bit of a counter stretch. I love doing this. And then come up. Right, let's do the other side. Swing your legs around, away from your roller. That's the way the roller should be with this. And we mermaid, go out, reach this arm, and come up. And two more. Exhale, and one more inhale, and exhale, and we're going to add the rotation, go out, and rotate your chest towards the mat, push your roller away, drop your chest, flex your spine, drop your head, roll up, lift your chest, lift your head, lower your trunk down in the extension, and then flexion, curl, and come up. And we're going to do one more. And down. And roll up. Turn back forward, hold onto the shin here. Other arm up or behind your head. Soften this elbow when you bend over. And reach. And come up. Okay, so we're going to do a bit of a hip flexor hamstring stretch on the foam roller. So come onto your knees onto your roller, bring your one knee on the roller, and then bring your other leg forward. So I'm not on the kneecap, I'm just below the kneecap. And the other leg the angle is a bit more than a 90-degree angle. So come up nice and slow, place your hands on your knee, make sure your hips are square, facing forward. You're going to tuck your pelvis, so tuck your pelvis, putting your pubic bone up. And that already gives me a stretch in this thigh, in this hip flexor. You can slightly press forward if you want a bit more of a stretch. And you're going to breathe. Relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your jaw, relaxing your neck. The stretch is in the hip flexor area now of this hip. So now we want to go into the hamstring of the front leg. So sit back, place your hands on the roller, And then you extend or straighten your front leg. It doesn't have to be completely straight. If you fall over, grab onto a wall. We're going to finish the session with a nice close the book, open the book stretch with your head on the foam roller. So lie with your knees bent, head on the roller, bottom arm forward, top arm forward on top of it. Place the roller in your neck area. You're going to reach forward a bit, and then you're going to open this arm and let your head roll on the foam roller back and open it right back, reach back and look back. And then bring it up, close the book. And reach a bit forward. And then open, inhale. And exhale, close. Heavy head on the roller, heavy head on the roller. And one more. Now you don't want bulky earrings when you do this. And bring it forward. So if you have bulky earrings on, I suggest you take them off. Okay, let's do the other side. Press yourself up with your hands, with your arms, and bring your roller to the other side. And lie down like a pillow. Ooh, this side is starting. Hands on top of each other, you can reach forward. And then open your book. Heavy head, heavy head, heavy head. Your eyes follow your hand. And then bring it forward. You can't go too far back, it's fine. Go where you are comfortable. Just make sure that your head is heavy on the foam roller when you do this. And let's do one more.